Well, welcome to Coffee with Job. It's Wednesday morning and time's flying by, and that's what we're going to consider today. Job chapter 9, he continues his response, and this is what he says. My days are swifter than a runner. They fly away without a glimpse of joy. They skim past like boats of papyrus, like eagles swooping down on their prey. So Job, first of all, says, how do I deal with this? And first of all, he's dealing with it by saying, life is going by pretty quickly. Do you ever feel that? Sometimes you feel that life's dragging, but as you get older, I think when you're younger, a year's an awful long time. And as you get older, time seems to fly by. I can't believe we've been in Australia almost 2.5 years. Time seems to be flying by. And this is not in a good way for Job. He's saying it's brief and fragile. My days are swifter than a runner. They fly away without a glimpse of joy. So it's like with COVID and in lockdown, it's like Groundhog Day. By the way, please forgive the noise of someone strimming or cutting away, but we'll just have to continue. And then verse 27, he says this. If I say I will forget my complaint, I will change my expression and smile, I still dread all my sufferings, for I know you will not hold me innocent. Now that, again, is utterly brilliant. He's saying, this is one way we cope, isn't it, with suffering? How do we cope with suffering? We banish the sense of suffering by smiling, cheer up, smile, always look on the bright side of life. Maybe a bit more intellectually, you might say, well, I've moved through the various stages of grief, now I'm just going to enjoy myself. But there's still a deep sorrow within. I used to have a poster a long time ago that was kind of, I thought was really funny, but maybe shows the kind of miserable Scottish Calvinist I am. It said, things were bad, I was pretty down. I can't remember exactly the wording. So they said to me, cheer up and smile, things could get worse. So I did cheer up, I did smile, and things did get worse. Well, that's what Job is saying here. And then verse 29, since I am already found guilty, why should I struggle in vain? Even if I wash myself with soap and my hands with cleansing powder, you would plunge me into a slime pit so that my clothes would detest me. So life is swift. He uses an illustration here by the way of the Egyptian speedboats, the papyrus, the runner, and the eagle swooping. He says life is swift, and it's flying by. It's like the hawk just suddenly jumping down. Being told just to cheer up, that doesn't really work. And then here's this one where he says, wash myself. I'm going to cleanse myself. Now, I think what he's talking about here is taking what's called an oath of purgation. In a sense, he's responding to Bildad and saying, okay, I'm going to show my innocence. And he's saying, that doesn't work. Self-cleansing just doesn't work, because he's got such a low view of God at this moment in time that he's saying, God's just going to plunge me back into the slime pit. It's such despair. Longing for God, the terror of meeting with him, leading to hopelessness. God is incomprehensible, invisible, unaccountable, unrestrainable. It's hopeless to try and compel God to declare him innocent, but there is a glimmer of hope, and that's where we come in. Now, tomorrow we'll look at his third solution. His first solution to his problems is to smile and cheer up. It doesn't work. His second solution is to cleanse himself. It doesn't work. His third solution, which he hints at, we'll look at tomorrow in terms of a mediator. But in anticipation of that, let me say, of course, our mediator is Jesus Christ. And in terms of time, think of him as the timeless one. And in terms of smiling, think of him as the one who brings joy. And in terms of cleansing, think of him who's the one who washes us whiter than snow. So setting ourselves in the context of time, with time moving on, we come to Christ. Seeing our need for joy so that our days don't speed by without joy, we come to Christ. And seeing our need for cleansing, we come to Christ. All right, we'll find out more about that tomorrow. God bless you, and see you tomorrow for Coffee with Job.